favorite thing to do on first dates is either to meet for casual
sex.
No. Welcome to Too Much.
Our podcast about, well, whatever.
From issues of the world to topics of lesser grandeur. We've got you covered with a little bit too much to say about everything.
So, let's start the show.
I am that one black friend in every early 2000 movies that's playing a supporting role, Michael.
And I am counting down the days till Christmas. Cody.
Merry Christmas and a happy Hanukkah.
To you too.
It's winding down. We have like a week before Christmas at this point.
This year really flew by.
It flew by, and I'm okay with it because the year was just hot garbage and I just wanted it to end.
Oh, it was trash. Remember how slow March was? When the
March
lockdown first started, it was like...
the longest month of the year.
And then everything after that just flew.
Flew by. I remember when everything locked down around mid-March or on the 13th, that weekend. And since then, it felt like March was never ending. The last 2 weeks of March, it's like, Jesus, it's the longest 2 weeks of my life.
Crazy.
And then since April, everything just skated by.
Yeah, and now it's about to be 2021.
And it feels like nothing has changed.
Damn.
Since the virus. What have you been watching?
12 Dates of Christmas.
Love that show. Love that show. It's on HBO Max, not sponsored. We wish.
It's like the...
Who was your favorite?
Bachelor meets... I don't know what it meets.
Bachelor meets Christmas?
Maybe it's like Bachelor in Paradise? I don't know. I've never watched it. Basically, there's 3 leading people, and they're looking for dates, and they bring in a bunch of extra people to, like, throw them off, I guess.
Right, and we have a white gay man, a black straight man, and a
white straight woman. And
they're the main people. The dates come to win their affection.
And they all live in this one mansion in the middle of some European country where it snows most of the year.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Beautiful. But the gay guy ended up taking home no one for Christmas because the aim of the game is...
Okay, spoiler alert.
As if you don't know.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see the end.
Oh, you didn't.
You're an idiot.
Listen, not my fault you didn't see it. Let me tell you how it went.
No. Anyways, watch that show. It's really good. There's some really toxic personalities on there, but it makes for good television. It's produced by the same people who did The Circle on Netflix.
Yeah, and I think the same person who voiced The Circle is the same person narrating this.
I don't think it's the same girl. I think they just got a girl to sound like her.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, she's doing a great job.
Because I follow Michelle Buteau on social media, and I never saw her mention it.
Maybe it's
unless
not her.
I missed it.
I listened to her podcast.
The adulting one?
Yeah. It's not great. No, not throwing shade. I like her, but she seems like she's not into it.
Really?
Listening to it, it seems like she's like, let's get this 20 minutes out of the way so I can go make dinner for my kid.
Well, she does have like twins.
Right.
Twin babies.
She always sounds like she's trying to get people off the air. Like, yeah, wrap it up. Let's end this.
Well, maybe that's just her shtick.
It's not cute.
It's not landing with you.
No.
Did you hear about all the movies Warner Brothers was going to send to theaters next year going to HBO Max?
I saw an ad for it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Love that because Disney, this is how you do it. Having people pay $30 to watch Mulan. Wow. And I don't think it was worth $30.
But it's not going to be the same for us in Canada.
What do you mean?
They're not coming to Crave.
So would I have to download HBO Max separately? Is that even possible for Canadians?
No, it's not possible for Canadians.
Oh my goodness.
Because here, most of the time the movie theaters are open.
I mean, but right now it's not.
For Ontario.
Us in Ontario, yeah.
Yeah. But so they're expecting the theaters to be open, so they're still going to send it to the theaters next year in Canada.
Well, that's not really great for us.
And then it'll come to Crave, 8 weeks after or whatever their new time limits are.
Well, in this case, I really don't care. This doesn't really affect me.
I know.
But it's nice for our American friends. You don't need to go to the theater to watch a movie. But
But they still haven't said anything about Wonder Woman. Because the theaters in Ontario are going to be closed on Christmas, so are we just not going to be able to watch Wonder Woman?
They're going to figure something out because they don't want to miss out on that money.
But it's not really money. Because they're getting it for free, right? It's only new subscribers.
Right.
But if people subscribe to Crave in Canada, that doesn't really help HBO Max.
But when you get HBO Max, you have to pay for it because remember with Crave, you're different tiers, right?
Yeah, you pay for the HBO, but it's not, the money's not going to HBO.
Oh, well.
It's just like they already pay HBO for their content. Doesn't matter how many subscribers they get.
I see. Well, it seems like it's not going to affect me either way, so... And I'm not going to the theaters during the pandemic, so whatever. The show that I'm really excited about this season is Big Mouth. I did not watch season 3. I'm sorry to the Big Mouth fans. Big Mouth is on Netflix. I need to go back and watch season 3, but I just finished... Did I finish watching season 4? No, I probably didn't. I fell asleep. But I got really far into the season, and it's so good. Yeah, they tackled so many important issues.
I mean, the show has always been some issues with comedy. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but this season, out of the first 2 seasons I have watched, it really went into some serious topics. It's a show about kids going through puberty and all the things they go through. It's like a children's show set up for adults because all the jokes are very racy and it's very graphic and all of that. It's like The Simpsons. Very graphic. You know? But it's this season they talk about trans issues.
Oh yeah, that was pretty surprising.
Which I was like, yes, come through. They talked about gay issues. I mean, they always do. They have been doing that since the first season.
Yeah, that gay
But they kind of skated over him for a while. Now he's a fully developed character. He has a romantic thing going on. Let's see, what else did they talk about? The being black. They talked about being biracial and being black, and I was like, yes. This character, she has a white mom and a black dad. The black dad is very, bubbly and very, some people would say not all that black. And the white mom is very hippie and, mellow, one with the world and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And this young girl is growing up not really having an identity or any ties or roots to her blackness, going through life not really acknowledging her blackness because she doesn't really know much about it and her mom doesn't talk to her. There was a scene where they were visiting family in Atlanta and the mom went through TSA with a freaking switchblade and she was like, ha ha ha. And they were like, nothing. And the dad, they stopped him and they had him going through all of these extra things. And she was like, Mom, why are they harassing Dad? And she's like, oh, it's nothing.
She's like, I don't know.
Right. So I'm like, I love that they did that because when you have a black child and you're a non-black person, it's important to educate your child about how it is to navigate through the world as a black person. You personally don't have that experience, but you can talk to them about what it may be like for them because you have eyes and you see what's happening in society. And I blame the father too, because I'm here talking about blaming the father. It's a cartoon. But the father's responsibility is to talk to his child about being black as well. But this father really doesn't navigate the world like a black person. He navigates the world like a white person because he's with this white woman and they live in this suburban upper state New York or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting to me that they showed that storyline. When she got to Atlanta, met with her cousins for this first time, they're like teaching her about black hair and that you can't use a 3-in-1 shampoo to wash black hair. You have to take care of it, what braids are, what extensions are.
And it's interesting because this summer the show got in trouble because the actress who voices the biracial character is white.
Right. And now she stepped down on Twitter. She said, I'm resigning. Hopefully they get a black person to voice this character.
And they have.
They have.
But I don't think she started yet.
No, because I think this was recorded before she quit.
Before this all happened, yeah.
Right. So I'm happy about that. I think there were more... Okay, yes. The other black thing they talked about was the blackometer. What do they call it?
Oh, yeah.
It's like code switching. Yeah. Right. And I was talking to someone recently. I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but I was talking to someone about code switching. It was you. Code switching. How I talk.
Oh, yeah.
I speak differently to different people when I'm in different situations. And a lot of the times I don't even notice it. And Lena Waithe voiced one of the... Is that her name?
Yep.
Right. She voiced one of the characters, and she was saying, why do you have to make yourself uncomfortable by switching around to make some other person comfortable? Why not just be your authentic self 100% of the times?
Yeah.
I remember you said that to me, too, in the conversation we had before watching this episode.
Yeah.
And I said, I've been doing it my whole life, and sometimes I don't even notice. And it's after the fact I'm like, oh, shit, I just changed my entire accent just to make this heifer comfortable around me, and I didn't even notice I was doing that because it's become a part of who I am. And she's like, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that, and in the same breath she did it without even noticing. Because it's been ingrained in us as black people. Tone down your blackness when you're in a white space, or if you're in a different space that's non-black, just to make them comfortable with you. So I really enjoyed these storylines. It was real, it was necessary, and it's of the time.
That is it. Yeah, that show's doing good stuff. It's always done good stuff, but they're like, it's nice to see that they're like pushing the boundary as they go further and further along. But anyways, let's get into some weird shit happening in the world.
So today we only have one story, and this one is really interesting to me. So a man named Adolf Hitler wins election in Namibia. Okay, how do I pronounce this? Namibia. Namibia. For some reason, it's tying up my tongue. I swear. So this is a quote from him. He says, "As a child, I saw it as a totally normal name." And this was given to him by his father, by the way.
A normal name. He didn't have TV or history books or anything?
I guess not, because, by the way, this is his first and middle name. His last name is Unona. Unona or something.
So he's Adolf Unona.
Yeah, Adolf Hitler Unona. And he's like, this was normal to me growing up. My father gave me this name, and it's what I know. And now he's won the election in this country. This is a Southwest African country. And he just wants everyone to know that he has no plans to take over the world. And he's actually an okay guy.
Jeez, what a terrible name.
I feel like there's so much power in the name you give your child.
Absolutely.
I feel like I would have been a completely different person had I not been named Michael.
You wouldn't be so timid and regular-degular?
Oh, I'm not timid and regular-degular at all. Like, at all.
Ordinary run-of-the-mill Michael?
Can you imagine me being that way? I mean, when I was younger, I wanted my name to be changed.
To what?
I don't know. I was like, just give me another name. I felt like my name was just so pedestrian, and
it's common as hell.
I know, it's so common, and then I grew to love my name.
That's good.
And I was like, you know what? If there are a billion Michaels in this world, I don't care, because I'm going to make that name great. Because I have that name, it's a great name.
Did you hear about that kid in Australia named COVID?
Say what? How old is he?
I don't know, like grade school.
Oh, okay, so it's not like a baby that they just named COVID.
No. He's always been named COVID, and then this year it just got obviously really shitty to have that name. But I only heard about it because he wrote to Tom Hanks about how the kids at school were bullying him.
Aww.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks was like, I think Tom Hanks sent him a typewriter or something. And
really?
Was like,
right about it?
Yeah, like, I'll be pen pals with you or something like that. But he was like, don't get down on it. It's just a name. Da da da. It's kind of a nice name, I guess, before this year. Right.
Before this year, if I met someone and they're like, hi, my name's COVID, I'd be like, oh, beautiful name. What does that mean?
Unique, sure.
I'm like, what does that mean? Where's that from? But
spelled the same way.
Corona. Let's just be glad your name's not Corona.
Yeah.
um, I love a unique name, but I would hate to give my kid like a name that's so far out there that it becomes a thing like this.
Yeah.
I know some people that their names are the same names as like a hurricane or a natural disaster.
Oh, that happens.
And they're like, oh my God, why does my name have to be that? I'm like, no one really cares at this point.
Yeah, it's not
Your name is Katrina. No one's thinking that you are the Hurricane Katrina that like wiped out New Orleans, you know?
Exactly. And they just name natural disasters like so arbitrarily. That
I know, like, where do you get this from? Like the names that the hurricanes I can recall in my lifetime are Ivan, and that's like a weird name. I don't really know anyone by the name of Ivan.
Ivan.
That's my accent just jumped out for that. I was like Ivan. I don't know anybody by that name. And then before that there was Gilbert. Do you know any Gilberts?
No.
Yeah,
actually, I used to work with one.
Really? How old is he?
He was just a couple years older than me, but this is when I was
a young person with the name Gilbert.
When I was in college. Yeah.
Couldn't imagine. If I heard Gilbert, I would think like you're in your 60s.
There was a Hurricane Juan.
I mean, a lot of people are called Juan.
Yeah, that was a popular one. I heard that they named them based off of what I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. like what number of hurricane they were in that calendar year. Oh, okay. So like if it's the first hurricane that happens, the name starts with an A. The second hurricane starts with a B.
Well,
but that might be a lie. That might be something I made up.
I'd have to research that. All I know is be careful what names you give your kids. You know what? I hate when people give their kids names of cars. Mercedes.
Oh yeah, I thought it was weird at first, but now I don't think anything of it. It's just like
now
Mercedes.
It's become normal because there's so many of those people out there. But
and Porsche, Porsche de Rossi DeGeneres.
Porsche. Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of those names. Or just, I used to not really care for the Devantes and the extra stuff. But then I was like, you know what? Make your name as unique as possible.
It's not that extra.
Live your life. No.
I used to work with the Devante.
Or Shaniqua. Or, those just like, it starts off with like a regular name and then it gives you a Kwakwa, Shalalu, like something extra at the end with hyphens everywhere. And I'm like, you know what? Go off, sis. Create something unique for yourself. Make that shit your own.
Yeah, I heard someone explain it the other day. I can't remember who explained it.
In what way?
That basically it was like slaves had their names taken away from them.
Oh yeah,
so then when they became free, it was like that. It was like that was a freedom of expression for them.
Yeah, just like making up something of your own. I get that because had I been born in a reality that had no colonization, my ass would have been 100% black. There would have been no mixture in my bloodline at this point, and probably, who knows? And I would have been probably born in some region of Africa, and my name would have been something that today I can't pronounce, but if I were born then I would be able to pronounce it with ease.
Yeah.
But now I was born in this time or in this reality, and my name is Michael, and that's fine. Amen. We got a lot of our culture taken away from us, our names and everything. They gave us white names. So I get it. When you're free, you're like, I want to just name my kid something completely different from what Masa has given us.
Yeah, exactly. But what's our topic on the podcast today?
Today we're going to be giving advice to random people that we've found them asking questions online. I don't know.
Unsolicited advice.
And yeah, unsolicited advice. People wrote online asking for random advice, and we're going to answer their questions or their concerns here.
I love it. We'll be right back.
So you guys have been listening to the podcast. Thank you.
But if the Too Much podcast isn't enough, there's a whole lot more content on Michael's YouTube.
Yeah, I post like every single week and I have literally too much going on over there.
Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and please drop a comment and tell us what you thought or what you'd like to see Michael do next.
Bye. Oh, no. Back to the show.
Okay, so listen to this. This is a woman who writes into an advice column. She says, I recently moved in with a guy friend of mine and so far it's going pretty well. He's clean, quiet, considerate, and we get along great. However, since I've known him, I've known he's a naturist or a nudist. I'm not sure of the difference. I'm a very modest woman and have always been uncomfortable with nudity, both my own and that of others. I'm not even crazy that much about talking about nudity, to be honest. Before moving in together, we discussed this, and he said he doesn't like making people uncomfortable or being nude around clothed people, and he agreed he wouldn't be naked around me. So far, he's kept his word and he's been very respectful and has never pressured the issue or asked me to reconsider our at-home nudity policy. But I can't help but feel a little guilty. I know he's most comfortable while nude, and that after living alone where he'd been able to spend all his time naked, that it must be quite an adjustment for him. I kind of feel I'm not allowing him to be his true self. But just the thought of naked bodies makes me squeamish. Should I suck it up and tell him it's okay to be naked at home when I'm around? Or am I right to set such a hard boundary? Michael, your thoughts?
Ay. Now, I like to be nude in the privacy of my own company. So if you didn't understand what I said, I don't mind being nude as long as there's no one else around. I'm on her side where I'm not going to give my partner strict rules like you can't be nude in the house if that's how you're comfortable.
Roommate.
Oh, sorry, roommate.
Yeah.
No, you're paying half the rent. You should be comfortable, so we have to compromise. So I'm going to let you know, and as my roommate, I'm not that comfortable seeing all of you when we're home together. And what if I want to bring people over, vice versa? I don't know if it's the best thing to do. So how about this? You dress in as little clothing as you feel comfortable with.
Just sheer linen outfits?
Sheer linen or just
underwear.
Underwear or just a robe and nothing under it. Like, just be nude and cover up a little bit.
The thing is, she says she feels guilty.
Who feels guilty?
The girl feels guilty about making him keep his clothes on.
I would not.
In his own home.
I would not. I pay rent too, and I don't want to see your balls in my face.
That's the thing. He can be naked in his own room.
Yeah, you don't have to come in the common area with that. How about you stay naked in your room, and when you come out to get a glass of water, you put on a robe. I don't mind if I see your dick swinging underneath the robe, but I don't want to see your dick out of underwear, out of anything, just swinging in my kitchen, drinking a glass of milk. That's it.
I like being nude. I feel like it's honestly started since like COVID happened.
Yeah, because you're not working.
So now that I don't have to get dressed to go to work, it's like, okay, well, I might as well just be nude all day. And if I'm never going to leave the house, why am I doing laundry?
And I totally get it. That's why I was like, I don't have on clothes most of the time that I'm home. But I'm in my room. And so if I want to go out to the bathroom or to the living room or wherever, I put on a robe and I go do what I want to do. And I go back into my room and I'm free to be whoever I want to be there.
I think if I had a roommate who wanted to be nude, I honestly don't think I would care.
Okay.
I wouldn't be nude in front of them. I don't think.
But don't you think you'd be uncomfortable at a certain point? What if their body is not a body type you really want to be looking at all day? And they want to be in the common area of the house with you all day.
You're not looking at it all day, and also I wouldn't want them like sitting around on everything nude.
But that's the thing, though. If you're gonna give them the go ahead to be nude around the house whenever,
there can be rules. It's like, okay, so walk out here, fill up your glass of water, and walk back to your bedroom naked. That's fine, but don't come out and sit and watch the TV naked.
You know what? Be nude in your bedroom. When you come out in the common area, put a robe on, put a towel over it, or just put on drawers, like put on underwear alone. That's it. I have a question here from someone. This person says, "So sorry for the long rant, but I need advice. So I don't have a relationship with my dad, my sister, or my aunt, but I do have a relationship with my grandparents, and my relationship with my mom is hanging on by a thread. All because of her dog." Okay? Yes, just because of a dog. I know what you're thinking. A dog. How could a relationship end because of a dog? And before my mom got this dog, I would think the same thing. First things first, she treats this dog like a IUC patient, and she constantly tells me how I do nothing right, and she tells me how her dog does everything. What? Her dog does everything right and how perfect her dog is. And she makes me feel anxious all the time, and she blames everything on me. And since I don't have a relationship with my dad, I really want a relationship with my mom. For example, I want a parent to be at my wedding, and since being a mom was always the most important thing to me in the world, I want things like that. I would write so much more, but this is getting way too long, and all I want to know is, should me and my mom go to family therapy? Wow.
That is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
Not really.
Your mom treats a dog better than she treats you, and you're jealous of a dog? That is just... And you want to fix the relationship? I'd wave the relationship goodbye.
I mean, this is how I see it. Remember I told you about this family member of mine who her life is about this stupid dog?
Yeah.
And I keep saying, when this dog dies, I bet she's going to die too. Because this bitch is dumb. Like, everywhere she goes, this dog is behind her. It's like Little Bo Peep, or I just don't get it. So yeah. I know people are fanatically crazy about
this woman, girl, whatever, is making it seem like she said what her mom thinks the dog does things better than she does.
But that's it. The person I know in my family, that's how they are. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna call the name of the dog.
The dog cuddles me better than you would cuddle me. What?
But this is her daughter, so she's probably being like, oh, my dog's cleaner than you, or doesn't make a mess as much as you. I'm imagining that's probably things you could relate from human to a dog. I wouldn't expect her to say the dog spreads the bed better than she does. But I do know some people that they relate easier to animals than they do to other human beings. I would go to therapy with my mom if I really wanted a relationship with her.
You have to at that point. The things that she's talking about?
Yeah. You need therapy. I really think you do. And if all else fails, get rid of the dog.
So I would tell her that
steal the dog in the night and sell it to a family or something. Give it away to a family out of state. And when she's like, oh my God, my dog's missing, be like, oh, you probably ran away. You were smothering it.
Okay, well, that was not the advice that I would give. I would say if she cares about the relationship that much, then she said she doesn't talk to a bunch of family members and it's all because of the dog. How did the other family members fit into the picture? That's what I want to know.
You know, it sounds like her and her sister and her dad already had a bad relationship before. And then it was just her grandparents, and her mom. Then the mom got this dog, and then all of a sudden she's out of the picture and the dog is the new thing.
Okay. Anyways, my advice would be that if she cares about this relationship that much, then yeah, go to therapy with your mom, like couples counseling kind of thing. And hopefully the therapist can set your mother straight. I mean, it takes two to tango. You might have some faults in this too. Maybe the dog is cleaner than you.
Ooh, that's shady. That is shady, but it's tea. It is tea, because guess what? Some people are nasty.
Okay, here's another one. A guy says, I will preface this by saying I'm currently 17 and will turn 18 in a few months. For my past birthday, my dad built me a computer. That's one hell of a dad.
I know, built you a whole computer from scratch. I wish I had that experience.
It was made clear that this would be my computer, even though my little brothers use it for games, and I think my dad is going to fix up a computer for them for their birthdays, etc. Anyways, when I suggested to my mom that I would like to move my computer to my room once I turned 18, she was rather against it. I argued that being an adult should grant a bit more freedom, and many of my classmates already had computers in their rooms for years. How old is this question? Is this from 2020?
Well, you never know.
I guess it depends what part of the country you live in and economic status.
Some families are very conservative like that.
I know, but if you have a phone, that's basically a computer in your palm of your hand. Anyways, where was I? Oh, a lot of classmates had it in their room for years. She dismissed those arguments. How can I sway her to my side, or am I in the wrong? I appreciate any thoughts and suggestions. Oh, and I should probably mention that I am what would be called straight-laced. I am not a problem child in the slightest, and my mom agrees with this. Almost straight A's in honors and AP classes, no drugs, no alcohol, heck, no relationships. What should this man do, Michael?
At this point, I would sit down and speak with my mom very frankly. I would sit her down around the kitchen table, have a glass of water, maybe some cookies, and I would say, listen to me, Marcia.
You call your mother by her first name.
In that case, we're going to do that. Normally, it's mommy. This time, I'd be like, listen up, Marcia. I've been doing great in school, and I don't give you problems. All I'm asking for is some trust. Do you trust me? Like, do you actually trust me? And depending on her answer, then she's going to have an earful.
I just don't understand what's the worst that can happen, that he's jerking it by himself?
You know what? This sounds like a very religious household to me.
Possibly.
It sounds like a conservative and a religious household.
But the dad builds computers, so he's obviously a sciencey guy.
Probably. He probably is just good with mechanic type stuff, so he can put one together. But it sounds like a religious household, and that's why she's like, I don't want my kids with the computer alone because they might see things they shouldn't see and blah, blah, blah. But I would just have a conversation with my mom. Do you trust me or do you not trust me?
I would ask him, does he not have a phone? Because that's what's really throwing me off.
Well, apparently not. If he had a phone, he wouldn't care to have a computer in his room.
Yeah, possibly.
And don't think that, 2020, because, as I said, if you're living in a very religious household, your parents will withhold certain things from you. For all we know, he could be Amish.
No, his dad's building a damn computer. He's not Amish.
They could. Are you kidding me? There's this new show on Bravo right now, New Housewives of Salt Lake City. They're all Amish, and they are very much with the times.
Amish? I thought they were Mormon.
What's the difference?
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
The Amish people are like living in old time worlds.
I know, but there are a lot of them that are very wealthy. One and two that
wealthy
are
Amish.
Yeah.
No.
They have money. They live off the land, but they do sell their produce.
Yeah, but how much can you make off selling produce?
I don't know. I'm not a farmer.
It's actually the Mennonites are the ones who don't use electricity. I think some Amish people,
they do have.
They have lights and stuff.
That's why I'm like, it's not like they're still living in the 14th century.
Anyways, I guess I would have the same advice. Talk to your mother and be like, what is the deal here, woman? What are you scared of?
Are you scared I'm going to turn into a devil worshiper?
Yeah, like, do you think this is just going to ruin my whole life because I have a computer in my room? If he's in AP classes and an honor student, I'm sure he's using computers at school.
Exactly. Like, lighten up, Susan. Let him be himself. If he wants to jerk off in his room, let him do so.
It's part of life. I definitely don't think he's in the wrong here.
No, I have another question. This one is about a tattoo and a partner. It says, hey everyone, so long story short, I had a tattoo that I hated and wanted to get rid of or cover it up. I paid for said tattoo, and then the sickness forced everything into lockdown. Anyways, the original tattoo was a small piece, and now the cover job is a whole back tattoo. What? If it's a small piece, why do you need a whole back tattoo to cover it?
What is going on here?
So they're like, my partner freaked out. They're saying they are not attracted to me anymore.
Oh my God.
It's really putting me in the doghouse, and planning buying a plane ticket to get out of state on a solo holiday. Whoa. In the same period I get off work, and in the hopes of going somewhere with them. I told them I would get a laser, but I'm scared of discoloration in my skin tone, blah, 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 scarring.
What are they, black?
I don't know. And what should I do? How can I make things right with the partner? They're pushing me away, and I feel like I'm an idiot for getting it done. It's only affecting me mentally. It's really affecting me mentally, they're saying.
Okay, just sounds like insanity. First of all, have you ever seen that picture of Ben Affleck at the beach and he has like a big phoenix rising back tattoo?
Yeah.
Hideous. Anyways, I don't understand. What was the link to why did she get the peace sign? Is it a she? I don't even remember.
I don't know, but they didn't say what type of tattoo. They just said they got a small tattoo and now the partner hates it. But
they said a small peace sign.
Did they?
Yeah. But I'm like, what is the
I'm the one who read it and I'm like, did they?
What's the significance of this peace sign that you would want to get it covered up? That's what I don't understand. It's just a peace sign. But more importantly, why would you choose your cover-up tattoo as a whole back tattoo?
It sounds like it's something they have to do. Like, it can't be done any other way.
I'm with the partner. I don't think back tattoos are that attractive. Sorry.
I don't care if someone has a tattoo. Personally, I would never get one for myself. It's not something I want. But if my partner has a tattoo, it's fine. But if it's ugly, then I'm like, I don't want to look at that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But I've had partners with like tons of tattoos, like all over their arms, all over their chest.
Yes.
But I don't like a huge tattoo on someone's back. That just seems weird.
I mean, is a back tattoo that big of a deal? Is it really?
I mean, I don't think it's a deal breaker. It's kind of messed up that this person would be like, I'm not attracted to you anymore now that you have a back tattoo. I think that's blowing things out of proportion. But at the same time, if my partner got a back tattoo, would the tattoo's my attraction?
It's not of a peace sign.
Yeah.
They didn't say what type of tattoo. So I'm assuming this is of some other person. That's the only reason I could think your partner is like, you better get rid of that or else I'm done.
Just get the laser.
Yeah, I mean...
Don't cover it up with something else.
Your skin will heal.
You don't know that.
No, I don't, actually. But I hope it does for your sake. And for another thing, if this tattoo does not bother you personally, keep it and dump the partner. Because this partner seems like they are already out mentally already. They're planning a whole vacation without you during the same time you're off from work and you would want to spend time with them. Like, stop running this person down. If you want to get rid of the tattoo, do it only because you want to, not for your partner.
Okay, ready for the next one?
Ready.
My friends never really care how I feel. Ooh, good opening line.
Relatable.
One thing we do is hang and smoke weed, but they never really supported me in a good way. And they make me feel like when there's something wrong, it's about me. Because I want to talk about how I'm feeling. But it's like they don't care. They never call or text. And my oldest friend in the group prioritizes other people. I just feel sometimes I'm just there and not really a part of the group. I suffer from depression and tried talking to them about it, but it always results in us being drunk and others on drugs if they want to talk. Jeez. I'm far from home right now, waiting for a new place to live, but I think that it had an effect on my mental health in the end. Do you have any advice?
Get new friends. These people are not your friends. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm quick to cut people off, so that's probably not healthy either.
Maybe, here's the thing. People have different friends for different reasons. Or at least maybe I do. I think a lot of people
do. But this person thinks that this group is her core friend group. And I feel like these people see her as a get drunk and buzzed friend, not a friend that they want to really get too deep into.
But that's clearly the relationship that she built with them. So she's probably also to blame here.
Right. You can't go around meeting friends in certain settings like the one you are in right now. All you do when you hang out is do drugs and get high, and now you want them to care about your feelings. I don't think that's the relationship and the bond they created with you. So I'm sorry to say this, sweetheart, but these are not the friends that are going to console you when you are upset or depressed. What I do suggest you do is find an online forum for people with, a like mind to yours, whatever your interests are. Try to build friendships there. It's COVID right now, so you probably can't really go out to meet people. That's why I'm suggesting this. Also, seek therapy, because you mentioned depression, and these friends are obviously not caring enough to talk to you and be there for you through this time. So seek therapy.
Yeah. Maybe she could seek out a group therapy and then become friends with somebody in group.
I would not do that because I'm not trying to be friends with more damaged people. I mean, everyone is damaged, don't get me wrong, but I recall a friendship I had, and this person would always hit me up when they were in tears and stressed out from their relationship, and just when they were just a mess. That's when they called me to like bother me with their bullshit. And I was like, I want a friendship with someone I can go party with, hang out, and just have a good time. And all I am to you.
So you want this girl's friends?
No, I don't do drugs. But all this person wanted me to do was like give her advice and like be that shoulder. And I was like, no, I'm okay.
But sometimes that's fine, as long as you can also
do the
call
same.
That, yeah.
And that was
they're
just the
just
thing.
your advice friends.
If it's not reciprocated, where I'm there for you and you're there for me whenever we need it, then no.
Yeah, girl, just let them go.
Let them go,
Absolutely,
honey.
let them go.
Find some friends.
I mean, if you want to smoke, keep their number and you call them up when you want to smoke.
Yeah.
But they're not. Don't try to make them into the friend that you want. Just go get that friend.
Work.
Ready for another?
Yep.
How do you deal with parents who always talk about how much money they make? Okay, interesting.
I didn't really hear my parents talk about that.
Yeah, mine didn't either. I'm 15, and every time my dad and I go shopping, out of nowhere, he decided to get frustrated and talk about how much money he's spending What am I reading here? And talk about how he's spending, all the money, and how I'm spending nothing. Well, she's 15.
Oh my God, what does the dad expect her to do? Pull out her credit card and pay for gas?
It's really fucking annoying because there's literally nothing I can do about it if I wanted to. I honestly would rather have my parents had not had me as a child than to hear my parents talk about how I don't make any money or contribute anything to the household.
And she's 15.
This makes it extremely hard to ask for essentials for myself, like school books or jackets, because they always find a way to bring up money one way or another. It's the same for small luxuries that my parents are expected to get. They always ask me, are you going to spend your money? Despite me not having any money or receiving any income. I asked for a jacket the other day because my other one I've had for 4 years was super torn, and I get made fun of by my classmates at school. And my mom asked me, are you going to use your own money? And then proceeded to tell me to leave, saying she has no money whilst eating takeout food that she bought for herself. I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit. I shouldn't have to feel scared or feel the urge to resist asking my parents for basic essentials when none of my friends need to do the same with their parents. Okay, I have so many questions.
Call child services. This is bullshit.
Okay, no, my first question is, she says,
this
how
is
do you
trash.
deal with parents who always talk about how much money they make? Are they talking about how much money they make?
That's besides the point. You're nitpicking.
No, because
she obviously didn't mean it like they make a lot of money. She meant to say.
But that's exactly my point. What if they don't make money?
Well, it's obvious based off the last part. That's what I'm saying. She's
some takeout.
She's a teenager. She doesn't know how she's wording it. She worded it wrong. But we got what she's trying to say. Her parents always complain about money. That's what she needs to say.
Yeah, but what if they don't have money?
But based on what she said, in everything, the whole thing, they don't make a lot of money. That's what I got from it. But they spend recklessly. And they try to make it look like at 15 you should be able to be self-sufficient.
You got all this spending recklessly?
If you don't have money to buy your kid a new jacket, but you got money to buy takeout for yourself, while this kid, you didn't even make dinner for this kid. You're eating. That's what I got from what she wrote. If I'm your mom sitting around the dinner table eating takeout, she didn't say she got takeout for us. She got takeout for herself. And I asked her, can I get a new jacket for school? You gonna use your own money?
Yeah, but it could just be lunchtime and she was hungry.
Girl.
Lots of low income people eat fast food.
And that's the point. The parents are reckless with money. Because if you're broke, bitch, cook. You don't have money to be Uber
Well, maybe
Eats.
they just don't. Okay, so she's had the same jacket for 4 years and it's all torn up and she's getting made fun of. Maybe they just don't have money to buy her a new jacket.
How about eat some freaking ramen noodle for lunch and don't buy takeout? That's $20. You could go to Forever 21. That's a new jacket.
I would say I need to know more info, but I would just tell her, girl, wait it out for a year. You'll turn 16, get a part-time job.
I know all there is I need to know at this point. Call child services. Your parents are trash.
No.
I cannot believe this. You see, these are the things that annoy me. You don't make a kid feel like they don't belong because of money. Like, what? Every time she needs something, you're going to be like, you're going to use your own money? Obviously, she doesn't have any money. You are her money. You are her parents.
My parents used to ask me that when I would ask to get McDonald's.
But that's different. I remember growing up, I'll be like,
can we get McDonald's going tonight? Into Do you have stores, McDonald's money?
Everybody got that, especially as black kids. Jesus, that's like a rite of passage. But if I needed something for school or new clothes for whatever, my mom would never be like, get out of my face. You're going to use your own money while she eats takeout? No, that's child abuse.
Oh my God, Michael.
No. But yeah, like if we went into the store, she'd be like, you better not ask for nothing because you have everything you need at home. Or I want McDonald's or Burger King going home from shopping or whatever errands. She's like, no, we're going to have dinner at home, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm being taken care of. She's not having takeout while I'm there not eating.
Yeah.
If my mom's eating, I'm eating.
Yeah, but
nothing.
I feel like we're dealing with an unreliable narrator here.
Maybe, but I feel like her parents are trash.
Oh, okay.
I really get trash from them.
Okay, here's another. I lied to a girl and she likes me for it. Okay,
relatable.
Okay, so last night I was really drunk and I was drunk texting a lot of people. I told one of my close friends of 2 years who I always kind of liked that I used to like her, but I still do. I then told her I had gotten with a very fit, in brackets, beautiful girl in her school, but I hadn't. It was just drunk texting. Now she said she's feeling a bit competitive with her and would like to get with me too. The problem is I don't know how to tell her that I lied about it and that everything that happened between us would be built off a lie. I feel like if I don't say anything, I'm just being manipulative, but I want to find out a way to tell her the truth without tearing everyone down.
All you got to do is tell the truth. Meaning, text her, haha, I just went over the text messages I sent you the other night. I was so drunk when I sent those. Disregard everything I said. This girl I was talking about doesn't exist. I don't know what I was talking about. I was a drunk mess. Sorry. And she'll be like, laughing emoji, you're a mess. See you later. You know? But if you make it too serious, then she's going to be like, oh my God, you lied to me.
Yeah, but she's going to say see you later and then not start a relationship with her.
At that point, you're not going to have a relationship with her if you tell her the truth.
But
either
first
way.
of all, this relationship is toxic from the jump if she's getting with you because she's being competitive with the other girl.
No, you don't want to be with her at that point.
Yeah,
this friend is not someone you want to make into a girlfriend.
Okay, one more. I have the same question.
Okay.
How do you go out with people? Okay, yes, that sounds dumb, but how do you ask people to go out? Like as in go out for pizza or to the park? How do you invite people over to your house? I suck at doing anything like that. Normally, I'm the one who's invited out. How do you phrase stuff like that? I'm so confused.
You know what? I've never really had to do this a lot in my lifetime. People always approach me, which is great.
Enough bragging.
No, not bragging. It's just like I don't like doing it, so it's great that I never really had to. But the times that I have, I've never found it to be difficult because I attack everything like my everyday life. One step at a time, one foot before the other. It's a conversation. If I like you as a partner or a friend or whatever, and I want to hang out in whatever setting, I'll have a conversation with you. Hey, what are you up to? Oh, I'm up to nothing, just chilling. Cool. Hey, I was thinking if you're free tomorrow, let's go hang out my place or let's go to the park and have a coffee. You down? Like, oh, I'm not free tomorrow, but I'm free another day. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that day. Let's do it. Moving on. Like, what's so hard about it?
It's hard because there's so much anxiety.
I think that's
fear of rejection.
And that's my thing. I'm not afraid of rejection.
Some people also get nervous and they can't speak properly.
I guess.
Like they start fumbling over their words, and then as they fumble, the worse it gets, and then it's just like, oh, okay.
All right, that I can relate to because when I was much younger, I wasn't very secure in a lot of things, and so I would get nervous about even opening my mouth to have a conversation. I have everything in my head mapped out, but to speak it, I'd be like, I'm going to trip over my words. I'm going to say the wrong thing. It's not going to come out.
I often planned conversations before I had them when I was younger.
So what I had to do, I would have to force myself when I was younger to have random conversations. I would go out in public and just start conversations with strangers, like force myself painfully out of my shell.
What a weirdo.
I know, but look at me now. I'm amazing.
Okay.
I can go into any room with any group of people and I will just be able to have a conversation and laugh and be cool.
Okay, my problem is, well, these days you can do everything over text message, so that's easy. You just be like, yo, want to hang out this day,
But even over text message, you still have that sense of anxiety.
I know, but
like, what if they leave you unread?
No, but my anxiety goes way down over text. Like, they leave you unread, whatever. Then I won't talk to them next time I see them in person. It's just like, I know where we stand now. My thing is, it doesn't take nothing to ask them to do something, but then what do you talk about when that day comes up? Like, want to go get pizza tomorrow? And if then tomorrow comes up, you go to the pizza shop. What the hell are you supposed to talk about? The awkward moments in between ordering pizza, and then you're sitting there waiting for the pizza to come.
Yeah, so that's why I go back to what I said. The thing I did growing up to take myself out of that shell. Don't jump the gun and try to ask somebody out yet if you have so much anxiety doing so. Learn to just have regular conversations first. Learn how to carry a conversation. If I remember like being on first dates and stuff, it was never awkward for me. Ever. The only way it got awkward was if the other person started being awkward and just did some weird shit. But for me, I was always like, I can talk about whatever topic you want to talk about in the Middle East. Let's do it. You want to talk about some reality TV show? Let's do that.
Now that I've gotten older, it's gotten a lot easier. Like, now on first dates, it's just like, okay, talk about yourself a lot and also ask a lot of personal questions. Yeah. Like, there's always a personal question to ask. And then if you ever feel like it's getting silent, then just start talking about your own shit, and then it usually the other person will feel obligated to add something to the conversation, or they'll ask questions or stuff like that.
It's like playing volleyball. You toss one over, they toss one back. If you don't have anything to ask about the other person, or you don't have anything to add about yourself at the moment, look around the room. Like, there must be something going on. Be like, oh, do you like that? Like, sports, entertainment, whatever. Get to know the person. But for you, your advice, the advice I'm giving you is learn to get out of your shell. Try to do more public speaking. Force yourself to have awkward conversations with people you don't know. And it's easy to have conversations with people you don't know because you probably will never meet them again. Think about it that way. That's how I thought about it. I'm like, if I talk to this person on the bus right now, I probably will never meet them again because this isn't even my normal route. You know?
Yeah. And so, I try to never be too critical of what I say. I used to, when I was younger, I would always be like, nobody cares. Like, anything I would think, oh, maybe I should tell this person. I'm like, they don't care about that. Now I'm just like, who gives a shit?
Oh, I feel
if
like
they don't care, then they won't really respond.
Right.
If they do care, then they'll say something back to you. It's just like, just talk.
I feel like everything that comes out of my mouth is golden, so they want to know everything I have to say. I recall talking to this person, and they were a little, you know, those people that think they're a little too cool for school?
Yeah.
They're like, so cool and above certain things and whatever.
Yeah.
And we were having a conversation, and they were just like giving me some weird energy. So I'm like, anyways, this is weird, and I don't really have time for you, so bye. And I didn't talk to them for a week, and then they were blowing up my phone. I'm like, oh, you just like the chase. Screw you.
But yeah, you just have to do it.
Do it, man. Do it.
He's like, how do you ask people to like go get pizza? You just ask them if they want to go get pizza.
Everybody got to eat.
That's half the battle. Half the battle is like, oh, I don't know what to do with this person.
Yeah.
If you like go getting pizza, then ask them to go get pizza. If you like hanging out at the park, ask them to go hang out with the
Imagine getting all that courage to say, hey, do you want to go get some pizza? And they're like, yeah, sure. And we go get the pizza. Then it's like we're eating pizza, looking at each other, nothing to say.
But that also fills the time.
Eating.
It's like if you think that the conversation won't be like boom right off the bat, at least you're eating. That's why people like go to the movies on first dates and stuff like that.
You know, I'm not a big fan of a movie on the first date.
It's a terrible first date because you don't get to know the person.
Yeah.
But if you're not a conversationalist, it's like, okay, I only have to talk to them, you know, in the lineup for candy and before the movie starts. And then after the movie's done, we can talk about the movie we just saw.
And then go home.
Exactly.
My favorite thing to do on first dates is either to meet for casual...
sex.
No. Casual, like eating. So
like appetizers and drinks.
Yeah, appetizers and drinks. Nothing heavy.
It's the best because nobody wants to wait 25 minutes for your food to get there if you don't like this person.
So just casual stuff. And if I'm really attracted to the person, I'll do this at like night at like a decent place. But if it's like, well, let's see how this goes. Let's go have some coffee and take a walk in the park. And that way I get to spend a little bit of money, one, because ain't nobody trying to feed you guys, because some of you just want to go out on dates so you can get your belly filled.
More the ways than one.
Not with this one. So yeah, and that way I can buy a little coffee, talk to you, see what you're about, and if it's
a
not
quick getaway.
Exactly. If it's not going well, I can just look at my phone and be like, oh, it's this time right now. I really have to go do something else. But it was a really great meeting you.
Yeah.
We'll keep in touch. Bye.
Exactly. And if you want to invite someone over to your house, it's so easy these days with streaming. It's just like,
let's
have
watch
you seen
a movie.
This show? Check out the show. Yeah, no, come over to my place. We'll watch it together.
Come over. Let's binge watch this series. It's like 5 episodes. It's a limited series.
And that's it right there. Even if it's romantic or even friends, you just watch the series. And then like episode 2, you just start talking. You pay less attention to the series.
Yeah, but if you're looking to have a romantic relationship with someone, do not invite them to your house for the first date.
Coming from Michael.
Exactly.
I wouldn't necessarily give the same advice.
I don't even like people I've known for years at my house. Psh. Oh, you're going to tell them to go to each other's houses on the first date?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for.
That's the thing. If you're looking for
and
a full-on relationship.
How comfortable you are, because you don't want to die.
That too. The killer is real. I do not trust anybody.
So you have to know how to defend yourself and know how to be able to get out. And also, if you're going over to someone's house,
make sure you tell somebody where you're going and the address and the name of the person you're going to.
Yeah. So if you don't text them back in a few hours.
And it's always smart. If you have an iPhone, it's smart to have a best friend or a sibling or a parent, somebody who has your location on. So wherever you're at, someone can really check in on you.
Yeah. I used to send a little Snapchat.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, to my friends, what's up? I'll talk to you in a few hours.
I would text. I never really had to do this much, but I remember doing this once. I was going out on a date and I texted my friend and I'm like, oh, I'm going out with this person and this is the name and this is the place I'm going to be at. I'll talk to you after it's done. And that was the only time I've ever done it. And I guess because I wasn't really comfortable and the date was fine, but because that thing was in the back of my head that I'm not that comfortable with this person, I never went out with them again. I'm like, my spirit is telling me you are a serial killer and it's just not going to happen with me.
You never really know these days. And even if, they kill you, at least your friend knows the last place you were. So hopefully that person will go to jail.
Hopefully. Or I'll haunt them and their families for the rest of eternity.
And on that note,
thank you guys so much for listening to our advice. I hope it helped somebody. If this was not the advice that you wrote, well, maybe somebody else that's listening will hear it and it will relate to their life. Blah, blah, blah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave a lot of comments. Again, it helps other people to find our podcast if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. And rate us. I want a 5-star. Thank you. Bye.